computer. All right, and I'll make you the speaker. Should I maybe let me pin you so that in the recording, Supriya, you'll
Sure.
come as a face next to that, okay?
All right.
All right, good luck and excited. Okay, all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good day to all of you. Today, we are going to discuss about this topic, which is like close to everyone's heart, that is happiness. Happiness as an inward journey is very important because, outwardly we have a lot of sources to keep ourselves engaged, be happy. But this discussion, this journey is more to do to go inward. So, before we start, let us all come on the same page. So I will be conducting a small uh, happiness meditation, or you can say a presence meditation, where we will all come to this now. Okay, so I would request all of you to please close your eyes, relax, relax your shoulders, sit straight, spine straight, neck straight, sit as tall as possible. Let your feet rest on the ground. Become available. Just notice your breath. Slowly going inward and outward. Feel the breath going inward and outward. Inward and outward. Now I want you to go deeper and deeper. Let the breath go as deep as possible. Let each inhalation be as deep as possible. Let each exhalation be as slow as possible. You realize that to go deeper, you'll need to keep all your preoccupations of the mind aside. The more empty you are, the more present you are, the more deeper you can go. So try to get as close to yourself as possible. See how close you've come to yourself. Now go back to last week and try to recognize any moment where you were fully grateful or when something really worked for you and brought a smile on your face. Let this not be a thinking activity. Let this be a feeling activity. Don't just recognize this in your mind. Feel it in your body. That happiness you felt, the gratefulness you felt. Now I would request you to smile a little. because smile communicates to the body, each and every cell of your body, that you are doing well, that you are doing good. Let each cell of your body know that you are doing good, that you're okay, that everything is fine. Take one or two more deep breaths, and whenever you're ready, just rub your palms, place them on your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. So, are you present? Are you fully present? How do you know that you're present? Okay. So, if your breath is at your chest, then you are not present. If it is just below your chest, then you're still not fully present. If your breath is reaching your belly, that is when you're actually fully present in the moment. Have you ever seen a child breathing when he's asleep? He's breathing, he or she is breathing through his diaphragm. That is when the child is fully in the moment, enjoying the moment, not thinking of the past or the future. So whenever you are also breathing or connecting to your diaphragm, to your breath, you are also fully absorbed in the moment. This is the moment when you can actually absorb whatever is happening outside rather than, just blurting out whatever is inside. So, one thing through the session, let us try to have these deep breaths and be in this entire session fully so that we get the most out of it. Okay. So, just to give a small introduction about myself. So, I am a founder of Happiness Co. Happiness Co is is on a mission of improving the happiness quotient of as many people as possible. And there would be multiple modalities, multiple, activities, multiple things that we'll be doing to ensure that we touch as many lives as possible. I'm also acting in the capacity of a transformation and happiness coach with Happiness Co. And to begin with, we'll be working with professional business owners to kind of become their best self. That is the beginning point for us. To know more, you can log into www.happinessco.com and you can also anytime touch base with me. Okay? So, ground rules that we've already kind of established, and I've got a very good audience, so I don't need to repeat it. So I'll just move on. So we did the presence meditation. We will be going on this happiness quest to be followed with an activity. So are you ready? Yeah? Okay, so let the quest begin. So I would like to ask all of you this question. How many of you are happy? Let me see.
Happy.
Huh? Yes,
Yes, I am happy.
yes. So actually, I think most of us are happy. It's just that, we are happy at different moments. So the question here is not just whether we are happy or no. The question would be, what is our approach to happiness? What is our source of happiness? You know, whether it is sustainable, whether it is working for you, that is more important. Because maybe my happiness may not work for you. It may be completely different from your way of approaching happiness. Also, we need to look at whether our approach is resulting into short-term happiness or a long-term happiness. Okay, these are the questions we ponder on while we, move along. But to begin with, I would want to kind of share a story, a small story with you. Uh, so before this story, have you, human beings are like really smart, and unhappiness is also very smart. So you must have seen like a lot of people who are like really established in their life, but yet they approach gurus, saints to kind of seek inner fulfillment, to seek something more. They are looking out for something more in life. And this story revolves around that. So there was this monk in the 5th century, and he was having great wisdom. He had transformed a lot of life, and he uh, was 80 years old. So he decided, he made an announcement that this, like, I will be making a last speech, after which I will move inward. I will not be available to the world. So all his followers from across the world, they were like really, they really were started booking the tickets, and they wanted to kind of reach to this event because they wanted to see their guru speak. So, so they kind of somehow made it. Some traveled 4 days, 3 days, because at that time travel and communication was not that easy. And they assembled. So this monk came out of his shack, serene eyes, those, that gentle walk. He approached to his spot, and he did his regular routine, which is he bent down on his knees, and he bowed down to the crowd. He used to do this before all his speeches, but this time he did it for the second time, and he did it for the third time. But the third time he stayed down. So everyone started wondering what is happening. Like, why is he not kind of getting up? They waited for some time, and then they realized that he's crying. So he was crying a lot, and people were waiting to kind of for him to speak up, or they some people actually thought that he will be missing them after like the speech, so maybe that is the reason why he's crying. So they started anticipating, as the humans do, right? We anticipate. So after some time, he just kind of started wiping his face, and slowly he got up, and he said that uh, for 69 years I've given you various methods, various approaches for your life transformation. But I wanted to make a confession now. Now that I'm 80 years, I may die anytime, and I don't want to die with this heavy heart. So he said, so he just kind of, so people thought that, he's like, kind of uh, trying to just joke around, or what. He was like usually a jovial person. But so he said that I wanted to make this confession that whatever I said to you so far was just all was a lie. So there is nothing like, all these tools, like, nothing is correct. Everything is a lie. So then people were like, they were really shocked. They were like, what is he saying? We've been following all this our life, and now he's saying this. So some people thought, as usual, he's jovial, he's lying. Some people thought were like really getting angry, upset. So suppose like now you are one of those people, in the crowd, and you've followed this person, you've trusted this person, you've traveled so far for this person, and now he's saying this. So what would be your, how would you act, or how would you kind of respond? Can you just like, if you can, whoever wishes to unmute, please unmute and share. What would you do? Like, you are in the crowd and you are experiencing this. Whoever is ready. I need 2, 3 sharings, please, guys. Otherwise, I will pick.
I don't know how whether I can say what I would do, but what I would feel certainly is a kind of betrayal, and again a distrust that starts coming, because if you trust somebody so much that you're following for so many years, and you find one day that this person has been lying all your life, the first thing is that you stop trusting. You feel that you cannot trust anyone because of this one little incidence with one person, because we tend to extend our feelings from one person to the entire. It's kind of again a generalization that everybody, you cannot trust anybody, those kind of feelings.
That's true. That's true. Lakshmi?
Yeah, so hi. I think this is one of the most difficult questions I've ever attempted in my entire life. um, so I would say that, yeah, so definitely my very first thought would be there is something amiss that, because he is in his last moments and he's making this confession, my thought would be like, there is something deeper to it. It's not just coming, after all these years of giving us so much of information that we thought was valuable and we practiced it, and somewhere, all of us, whoever, because without the benefits nobody would have such a high or huge fan following. So I would just wait to for the final reveal and say that, okay, let me just check exactly what is there on his mind, because without that deeper thought, this statement would not have come after all these years. And because
Right.
this is his final moment, I would want to know what exactly is the truth. Become more curious. That's how my reaction would be. I would not get angry. In a situation like now, maybe 5 years, 10 years back, I would have got really angry and betrayed and whatever. But maybe today, if this thing comes up to my mind, I would actually wait out of curiosity to find out why, after all these years, the confession is coming in, and two, what is it, that deeper sense that, after benefiting or befitting the world in such a nice manner and molding people or his followers, what is it that was still left unrevealed? So I'll wait for that moment.
That's a great sharing. Thank you. Taposhi?
So, at first, definitely, I would feel shocked that all of my life I was following this, and all of a sudden he tells that everything was false. But then I would take that moment to reflect back on my own life and see whatever he taught and I followed, did that really made any difference to my life? And if it did, then it's not false. It is true according to my own perception, and that worked in my life, that helped me stand, that helped me sail through. So that would change my thought process in that very moment, and I would become grateful and appreciative of whatever was taught to me. And then I would become more uh, I would wait for what he has to reveal, what he has to tell, and then I would probably accept that. I would become more accepting of that. And why I'm saying that, because recently something of this sort only has happened, and when I'm
Okay.
reflecting back, I'm like, okay, but this thing worked. So it's okay if it is not working now, or maybe it's not working for others, but it worked for me. It helped me sail through. So if it helped me sail through, then it's important, then it's good, it's fine. It doesn't matter whether it works for all or not. So that's my point, Stan.
Thanks, Taposhi. That is also great sharing and insight. Yeah. Shafida, you also wanted to share. Shafida, you're on mute.
My point of view is something different because I'm a science enthusiast. So we daily hear something different, like scientific discoveries and all, which we believe 30 years ago it was great or something, and now it's totally different. Especially I'll give the examples about the plastics, the green revolution, all those things, and the X-rays. The time when it was invented, it was great things, but now we know what the hazard are. So we are used to all those things. Second point is, according to the principle, what I live in my life itself, there are so many different principles which came and went. So I have seen, and I was molded accordingly. And the principles I used to have earlier, now I feel it's not right. It was not right. It had a different point of view or something. So people keep changing when they gain knowledge or gain experiences, or when they meet different people, or when they are in a different situation, maybe when they go through disasters or something else, they have a totally different point of view where they live and the ideas and all. So my point of view will be why he is doing that. I think Taposhi had told that why he did this at this moment. It is because he was thinking as going to die or something like that. And second thing is, I will check myself whether I was fooled by him because of my blind belief in anybody. So I will try to rectify, not to blindly believe, instead of go through the scientific process or the principles I being myself and keeping my principle instead of blindly believing anybody. So that is my point of view.
Thank you, Shakila. That is also a great insight. So I will allow the others to kind of do their sharing. There will be a lot of sharings happening through the session. There are a lot of moments which we are going to get to share. So I will, in the interest of time, we will continue the story right now. Okay. So as you rightly said, there are different people with different thoughts. For some it works. For some they are like really in the confused state. For some they are like they are spiritual, or like people who are of the spiritual mindset. They are thinking, oh, this is another lesson, some lesson that he's trying to teach us. So many of them just left. Many are kind of discussing among themselves that they feel betrayed. There is a sect which is like, they are, one of the persons just shouted, he's a cheat. We should throw him out of the country. So people are kind of, there are different reactions, responses that are happening in the group. So there was this group who kind of decided to stay. When everyone left, they decided to stay back, and they went close to the monk and they asked him that if you're trying to teach us something, then we are kind of missing the point. Can you please help us? So this monk is even sad and he's crying even more. So they waited. And after some time, they said, okay, we believe what you said. But all these years, when we came to you, we felt a lot of peace. We felt a lot of calm. Is there something that you know that we don't know? At this moment, the monk smiled. The monk said, yes, there is something which I know which you don't know. So then they said, please let us know. He said, even if I tell you, you won't believe me. You will keep going around, meeting people, reading books, watching videos. You'll not do any, you'll not believe me at all. So do you want to know what the monk said? So the monk said that in this moment, you are whole and complete. Right in this moment. Are you ready to believe this? You don't need to do anything. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do any modalities. No, nothing. You are full, whole and complete right in this moment. So let us have some reflections around the story. Okay. So what is your understanding of being whole and complete? What do you think about this term? Like, when the monk said that being whole and complete, we all in the beginning checked if we are happy. So we are happy. Then we must be feeling this fullness, completeness, right? So what is your meaning? What is the meaning that you give to this term? Does anyone want to share? Yeah, Tapushi.
Neha, I think, wants to share. Yes, please, Neha, go ahead.
Yeah, so if your question is around like what it means to be whole and complete, right? So as per me, I think if we are, not dependent on anything outside of us, and our happiness and joy is coming from within us, irrespective of whatever is happening outside. So I think we are complete in ourselves. And another thing, what I feel is, when we are connected with each and everything in the universe, like I feel connected with the moon, stars, sky and the living beings. तो वो एक कनेक्शन होता है ना यूनिवर्स से, तो वो एक कंप्लीटनेस फीलिंग, कंप्लीट वाली फीलिंग आती है. तो उसमें ये कभी ऐसा आपको लगता ही नहीं है कि आप अकेले हो. एंटायर यूनिवर्स इज विद यू. तो दैट इज व्हाट एज पर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू व्हाट आई फील. सो थैंक यू.
Thanks. Arun?
Yeah, when you are not affected with anybody's reaction or anybody's say or whatever, means you are still on to your path when others' reactions are not affecting you in any senses. And I think you can feel like whole and complete.
Okay.
Can I?
Anurag ji? Okay. Okay. Tapushi, just
Yeah.
Hey, come to you, okay? 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Anurag.
Yeah, thanks, Supriya. Whole and complete, this is a very good term, and I'm very familiar with this. In 1970s, Werner Erhard, who is the founder of Landmark and EST, he had coined this term whole and complete, and I had the same question that what does it even mean? The way I understood it through the years is, we often feel that, and also culturally, we have been told that Ardhanarishwar, you are the male half, and then you need your soul mate, you need a woman, and women are told you need a man, then you will feel complete. And over the years, I started to understand that once you fully embrace your being and you fully embrace who you are and you start living the neurological alignment, so to say, your values and all, then this amazing feeling comes that you are whole and complete, and you will not be fulfilled by the other person. It's not that you are half and you need some other half in order for you to feel that now I am fulfilled, now I am whole. So essentially, the crux of this sentence, what it means for me is that I myself am whole and complete, and I don't need somebody else to complete me as a human being. And then I can go in any relationship, I can go in my profession as a contributor, as a giver, rather than as a taker where I need somebody else to fulfill me. So thank you, Supriya. That's how I think about it.
That's really nice, Anurag. Thank you for sharing. Lakshmi,
Yeah, I think Tapashi wanted to add something, so maybe
Tapashi?
she could.
Yeah, okay. Tapashi, you can go first.
You can add, Lakshmi. I'll wait for my turn. That's okay.
अच्छा आप वेट कर रहे हो ठीक है. For me, this whole and complete has I have come across this term several times, and many a times I've also questioned myself whether I feel whole and complete. And today, if you ask me, the answer to this question is yes, because I have also believed in the theory that I am the yin and I am the yang. There is this imperfectly perfect elements in me, and there are those perfectly imperfect elements in me, which is what completes me. I don't need any external factor or element or person or anything else to do or complete me as a whole, because I feel one with the universe. When everything around me or whatever my needs are already taken care of by the universe, and that is the purpose why I'm here. And if I have understood that connection, that when the purpose of whatever I need to solve or whatever my greater purpose is taken care of, I don't need to put any additional efforts. I just have to be one with the being and accept the wholeness coming in from the external universe or whatever higher power or oversoul, whatever we call it. uh, all our needs, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, every other aspect of our wholeness is taken care of on by itself. We don't need to put in any additional effort or additional elements or or everything else, like all the materialistic requirements then becomes limited. You know that you can do without it also, because you will be taken care of or safeguarded by the elements, and that is why you are here in this current moment. So you have that feeling of completeness or wholeness. So that is my theory.
That's also a nice sharing, great sharing, Lakshmi. Thank you. Taposhi?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I feel that being whole and complete is very subjective to some situations. Like for me, for a long part of my life, I have felt, have been searching for happiness outside, and I felt that my happiness is dependent on other people and other things and situations in my life. But recently, I have started experiencing and believing that no, I don't need other people exactly to be happy. And who do I exactly need? So first of all, I need myself only. And I also have understood over this period of time that I need to be in that resourceful state. So again, that resourceful state comes from within me only. I am not looking for it, outside, because if I do that, that will not be a permanent solution. So that resourceful state is always inside. So the more I have started looking within me, the more I have started going deeper inside, that has started. I'll not say that I have completely understood that this particular thing, but yes, I have begun that process wherein I can say that yes, I have started understanding that being whole and complete is all an inward journey, and you can be happy anywhere, in any situation, whether or not there is anyone with you, or you know, it depends on your state of mind basically. So again, that mind is a monkey and you need to stop that chatter. So everyone has their different ways to stop that chatter or take control of that chatter slowly and gradually. So I don't know, I might not be very clear about this, but yes, I have started to understand it a little.
Sure. Thank you so much, Taposhi. That is a great sharing. Lena, you're
Hi.
on mute. Hi.
Yeah. My idea would be to be whole, would be to be completely able to express myself, do anything I want without any inhibitions. Then I would feel whole and complete. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. So, okay, I will now move ahead. So, what is whole and complete? Okay. So, when you are in the moment, okay, and you want to stay in that moment longer, that is when you are whole and complete, is one of the perspectives. So, suppose there is an unpleasant feeling like anger, hatred, you will feel like staying in that moment, or you want to just get out of it, just kind of give it away. What is it? But when you are feeling pleasant, when you are feeling fully available, fully resourceful in a particular moment, and you want to stay there, that is the moment when you actually feel whole and complete. Do you remember like holding your child for the first time? Were you thinking about what will you be doing next tomorrow, or what dinner you will have, or what happened in the past? You're fully in that moment. You are whole and complete. You don't need anything in the world. When you are listening to your favorite music, okay, suddenly one para comes in, which is your favorite para. You don't want to leave that para. You just want to hold on to it. It's like, you are enjoying that. Say a sports person, when he's playing the game, he's so much absorbed in the game. He doesn't care what's happening. He can just see that ball. Maybe like if I'm talking about cricket. Or maybe when you are at work and you're so much into, say, suppose you have to do this session and you're creating the presentation, you're so much involved in that activity, doing your research, grabbing things. You are in that flow. You are not even kind of aware that 3 hours have passed. You were whole and complete. Whenever you've seen that, that is why they say that when you play a sport, you drop your identities. You're fully available. You're in the moment. You're not thinking ahead. You're not in the past. You are right in the moment. That is what one can say is whole and complete. If there is any other definition which you guys can think of, because this, what we spoke about conceptually, like being Ardhanareshwar, or so, but when you are experiencing it, then all these concepts fall away. All the concepts have to fall away. Only then this inside you will become whole and complete. Okay, I will explain this in more detail in the following points. But okay, before even we go there, okay, let's go to our mother's womb. Okay, just close your eyes and imagine you're in your mother's womb. There is complete darkness, and you've just emerged as a small heartbeat. No body, no nothing, just that heartbeat. And you're inside your mother's womb. It's dark. Even without the body, aren't you whole and complete? You can open your eyes. Right. So one of the traits of happiness is being whole and complete. And as we said, like if you are unhappy, you don't want to be in that moment. This in itself proves that, being in the moment where you want to stay more is when you're not thinking about past and or future, that is where you can experience whole and complete. So how often do all of you feel whole and complete? How often? Can you share a few moments when you felt whole and complete? Can there be few sharings when you really, maybe last 1 week or last year or in the last few years, when you really felt whole and complete? Does anyone want to share this? Yes, Lakshmi.
So, coming to this particular moment when I felt whole and complete, is my answer now is always. I'm getting goosebumps as I say this when you made me just close my eyes and go into my mother's womb, and I felt that I was a heartbeat, but I still felt complete. I had tears in my eyes because I know the essence of being complete, how fulfilling it is to know and feel that you don't need anything else to, any additions or any kind of external embellishments to say that now this is what is completing. That state of being where you know that you are fulfilled in every aspect. There is nothing that needs to be added or removed or taken away, because it's the state of mind. I don't know, I cannot, probably words will fail to explain this state where I truly feel that I am complete at every single point of time. There is nothing that, if tomorrow or the very next moment, if God is to come and tell me that, okay, your time is up, you have 3 minutes, I would say, I don't even need 3 seconds. Please take me. I'm done with my life. I'm happy. I have contributed whatever element, I had to, and I'm done. It's okay. I mean, I don't need to do anything else. If I have to try, there may be plans for people, like, say, I want to travel, I want to do this, I want to see my child settle. It's their life. They have come, they have their own, sense of completion, which they will do. Life will take them on. Our duty, it was through my body that I had to give birth to that child, but now that child is an individual of their own and complete in their own essence. I don't need to add anything to complete them, or I don't need anything from them to complete me. So, to explain it in the most basic sense, I would say that yes, like if I am to live this very moment, I am living it right now. I don't need another moment. I will not feel like, distorted just because something didn't happen, or just because I couldn't join a meeting, or just because I couldn't do something that I was wanting to do, or whatever it is. It was meant to be, is what I feel. Like if I'm not able to do something, okay, it was meant to be. It was not meant to happen. If I'm joining 5 minutes late, yes, it was meant to happen that way. If I had to do a particular activity, yes, it was meant to happen that way, and that is how I accept it, and that is what makes me feel complete. Like, हाँ यार मैं खुश हूँ जैसे भी हो रहा है. Something just because someone else failed, or just because I did my best and since this could not be selected as one of the final works, it's okay. The competition is not with the world. The competition is only with the self, where I need to see that every other moment, very next step that I'm taking towards, another forward, it has to be a step forward and not backwards. I'm fulfilling one more step towards being there. So that makes me feel complete. I don't know if I can explain it any better, but this is how I feel right now.
Really explained it well. So you are living moment by moment, and
Yes.
I think that is very beautiful, because very few of us can live moment to moment. Very few of us. Even when we are spiritual, when we are in the journey for so long, still, if you are not living moment to moment, you are a beginner on the journey. How many years of meditation, how many of years of practice, how many years of modules, modalities, whatever you have done. But if you're doing it with the I, with that individual expression of yours as me doing it, we fail to understand our entire concept.
So
Or maybe actually speaking, it is to drop all the concepts. When there is nothing, if you go back to the womb, you'll realize that you don't need anything. Even the concept, even the A for apple, B for ball, you don't need. You know, the language is required just for the sake of communication. All these labels that are given, this entire definition of language. Earlier, people used to speak telepathically. It's only when we became more gross, more dense, that is when we started need put a label to a particular thing, like a tree. Tree doesn't know it is a tree. Apple doesn't know it is an apple. Just so you can point to it and converse in relation to a particular thing, we call it that. You are not Lakshmi or your Dr. Aparna or Leena. You've been named that because your parents may be having multiple children. They can't be calling bache idhar, ek, do, teen. We have to name you. But we are so identified with the name that I am this, I am that, I am, we are so identified. And in this identification, how can you be whole? Because then you're this, you're not this. See, Neha is here. So we are so much, so much identified. The moment you drop all your identities, drop all the concepts, when you are meditating, when you are working, you don't need to go to or wait for a moment to be happy or become whole and complete or do anything. As he also said, right? At this very moment, without a thought, without that duality that we create by kind of saying that I am this, I am that, or that is a tree, this is me. You create duality. You drop the label of the tree, tear it. You drop your label, Supriya, I'm dropping it. What is there? You are whole and complete. There is nothing more, right? So I think this is a way of living, and it has to be practiced also because we have all these years of baggages that we are carrying. It is easy said than done. But if you practice it for 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day, like just dropping, just being the space between two thoughts. So, like when you write and there is a full stop, there is always a gap. There is always this space between one sentence and another. Likewise, our thoughts also don't run like continuously. There are gaps in it. Start observing those gaps. Let those gaps become bigger. The more you observe, wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. The more attention you're giving to the gap, the more it will be there. Like you're right now giving more attention to your thoughts. More thoughts. You can't stop those thoughts. So instead of focusing on deleting the thoughts, why not focus on that gap which we want to achieve? Just a way of looking at things. Neha, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, one sharing related to this, what you're sharing, Supriya. Identity, right? I follow Sadhguru a lot, and one exercise he told me, I practice that before going to sleep. Put all your identities aside. So I say to myself, okay, I am not Neha. I am not a mother. Okay, I am not a wife. Okay, so all of these things I put aside, and that one exercise he told. He put all your identities aside and then go to sleep. So that makes a lot of difference. But when we are in this world, we have to transact, but at that time we have to remember our identity. We cannot completely forget. So there is a distance that we have to keep a distance with that, so that we don't get affected by that. So sote time I do this and it helps me a lot. Just wanted to share this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, one question I have, okay? Since you said that aap sote samay you keep your identities aside, okay? So now, right now, when you're talking, thoughts are coming to you. So, and I'm talking to you, but if you just remove the label of Neha and remove the label of Supriya here, just right now, okay, in this very moment, tear the label of Neha doing a particular thing. Communication is happening. Supriya speaking, she is presenting, tear her. Communication is happening. The moment you're saying distance, you're creating two, you're creating duality. How will you become whole? So it needs So the thing is that you have to drop that even when you're communicating. It's okay. I mean, it is not easy. The thing is that it will anyways happen through you. Like Lakshmi said, you don't need, you're not doing anything. It is anyways happening. Even if you are not there, it will happen. Someone else will be taking the mic and speaking. If I am not here, someone else will be giving a happiness coaching session, because world goes on. Ideas come like that. Life happens like that, you know. So, I think, Lakshmi, we'll do a, okay.
Just one more thing which I wanted to add is that when you begin by taking that little step towards feeling complete and living the moment, you will be yearning for more. You will be like, I want to do more of this. I want to live more of every moment, because that is what is making me feel. Rome was not built in a day. It took a very long time for any creation to happen. And imagine that you are that product which has already been created after so many trials and errors, after so many years. Like YSR said the other day, like, after 1400 crore साल के बाद आप एक specimen बने हो, तो उस specimen को आप भूल के बाकी सब चीजों में आप ध्यान दे रहे हो कि क्या हो रहा है आसपास में. अपने आप को अनुभव करो इस मोमेंट में, इस क्षण में. And you see that it's a state of constant Sachitanand. That truth consciousness and bliss, they blend as one, and it makes you feel that I want to live this moment more. ये नहीं ये हर पल रहे. That state of being जब आ जाता है, you will totally feel whole and full. Everyone must try this. It is important, क्योंकि आप कहीं अलग नहीं हो. आपके बगैर भी चलेगी सब कुछ, लेकिन आप जब तक हो उस पूर्णता को अनुभव करो. That is so, it is like I cannot express how much peace and bliss is there in that moment of living right now. It is an ecstasy of its own. You don't need any drugs or alcohol or tea or cafe to keep you high. You are always on a high. लोग बोलते हैं कि आपको दारू नहीं लगती है, आपको गर्म पानी से ही हाई हो जाते हैं. हाँ, मैं गर्म पानी से ही हाई हो जाती हूँ. That is enough for me. That is how. Please
That's really
experience
beautiful.
it.
Lakshmi, but as you rightly said, that we are a product of our conditioning, and this is a new conditioning, a good conditioning, which we can do by kind of being the space between two thoughts, experiencing that. That is what even transcendental meditation is all about, transcending our mind. It's all about that. Our Vedanta, our Advait, Vedanta, our Vedic scripture speaks about Advait. No, what is Advait? Advait. What is Advait? Know you, know me. Dropping, cutting the labels. We are right now practicing Advait. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to follow anyone. You don't need to do anything. Right now, in this very moment, if you do this by practicing, if you're talking to your mother, if you're talking to your family, and anyone, if you just drop the label, just drop the label, okay? Just imagine that there is a label in front of their body and your body. Just drop that label and let that communication happen. That is Advait. When Arjuna was putting, when he was looking at the bird's eye and he was hitting the arrow, he was not looking at anything else. He just saw the eye. So at that moment, he was also dropped, and that is the reason why he and I became one. When can that oneness happen? We hear so much about oneness these days. What is this oneness? Oneness is no, you know me. It's just it's just that one energy that is there, the heart which began in the mother's womb. Without a body, okay? Without a body. So still it was full. Did you feel that you didn't have limbs? Did you feel that? No, it was full. It was complete in itself, right? So let's move forward because in the interest of time, otherwise we'll miss out on our activity. We can discuss this more. Okay. Now we will just say what is it that we can do in our daily practice to ensure that we become or we practice this more and more and integrate this in our life. Because as we all know, we have to master this habit. We have to make it or integrate it in our lifestyle for experiencing it better, because words cannot express this. Words are very limited. Only experience speaks. Okay? So to begin with, like when we started this entire presentation, we did a diaphragmatic breathing. We did the presence breathing. Do that. Be in the present moment. As we also realize that the present moment where you want to stay more, bring you more in this whole and complete state. Practice this. Whenever thoughts arise, let it be, label out, and then again back here. Start journaling so that you also realize how many times am I feeling whole and complete. And we don't actually wait for our sitting on our deathbed, to kind of see, oh my God, what all moments in my life can I really cherish? What all I did. Do it every day, and you'll have more of such moments. Because again, where our attention goes, our energy flows. So we will do our activity now. So that activity is, how do you identify yourself? So for that, I had asked you to, have this piece of paper, scissors. So it's time, guys. So please take out your paper and please cut it in such a way that you cut it like, from top little bit, okay? Because center portion we will need. So just cut a little bit over here, like, and then just cut it and make this shape. Can you do that? Let me know once you're done. Perfect.
Done.
Aditi, you've kept so much space. You can that's really nice. I mean, you'll need that space. So it's good to kind of have that much space. So what we'll do is we will start with the top section. So there are 3 parts to it. We'll be doing three different segments are there. So the first section is where we will begin with. Then we will need the middle section. Middle section also just fold it because there is a part A and part B to it. And then there is the lower section. Okay. So let's start with the top section. Here, I would like you to write the I am of your life. Okay. What is it that you want the world you to remember as? How do you express yourself? What is it that you say in all your introductions? So suppose if you go to a supermarket, okay, there are a lot of products over there. And there are a lot of labels, there are a lot of fonts, colors, and a lot of messages calling out, all these products are screaming at you. Hey, I'll make you healthy. I have more vitamins. I have more whatever. So the thing is that, likewise, when we are expressing ourselves to the world, we have our unique identities, which we, want the people to know. So when I'm going out, I'm Supriya, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a CA, all those identities, all those, want the world to know, you want to leave back that legacy. Or you want, even after you go, you want people to remember you like that. What was your journey? What you experienced in this life? What were your challenges? So I would like you to write 6 to 7 sentences starting I am, and as you would want the world to know you. Okay, whether it is actually true or not, that is another story. But this is what you believe is your reality, and you want the world also to know you like that. You can use one of your colorful sketch pens here. So that's the reason I asked.
Can you check this
Yeah,
one?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, can you repeat what we have to write?
So you have to write you have to write the 6 or 7 sentences, the I ams of your life, how you express yourself, like how you kind of identify yourself to this world. Yeah,
Okay.
your identity for this world. Okay, this is for this world. Okay, on the top section here.
On the top.
Here. Yeah. Okay. Just use that much because we'll need the rest of the paper for more activity. Once you're done, please raise your hand. We'll just have 2-3 sharings because we have a long way to go, and we just have half an hour. Yeah. Or maybe this one we'll have at least 5-6 sharings, and the following ones we can have lesser. So write as if you
Supriya,
want. Yes, Leena.
I had a question in mind I couldn't ask you. You were saying something about what creates duality?
Thinking. Thoughts create
I'm
duality.
sorry?
Thoughts. Each thought that you
Okay.
have,
Hmm.
that creates duality. So the moment you have a thought, you are separate from the whole, right? There is a thought in between you and the wholeness. And that is what meditation is all about, right? Meditation. Why do we meditate? People have now, that is another label that people are carrying. I am a meditator. Actually, meditation is just a tool. What is it that you want to achieve out of it? People forget, we just start identifying us with the process. So meditation is to go to that thoughtless state where you are, not separate from others and the nature. So whoever is done and whoever wishes to please share, please do. Yes. Yeah, right. 4-5 more. We want a more, we want a detailed introduction. You have to introduce yourself. Who would like to go first? Aditi is smiling. She's already done, but she's not saying anything. Aditi, chalo batao. Oh, please unmute, बोलो. बताओ, हमको पता नहीं, सब लोगों को वो आपके बारे में पूरा चीज पता नहीं है. बोलो, चलो, हमको आपके बारे में सुनना है.
लाइफ का जो मेन पर्पज है वो कम से कम 10 लाख जो पीपल है उनका लाइफ ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है मुझे. और जो नॉर्मली गर्ल्स चाइल्ड है उनको एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करनी है, जैसे कि वो सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट बन सके.
और आपके बारे में बताओ कुछ और.
कुछ और मतलब
आपके पर्सनालिटी के बारे में, आपने क्या किया है लाइफ में अभी तक. आप मतलब आप जैसे किसी को जब पहली बार मिलते हो तो आप उसका कैसे आप इंट्रोडक्शन देते हो. सपोज आज आप हमको पहली बार मिले हो और आपको हमको आपके बारे में बताना है, तो आप क्या बताना चाहोगे.
नथिंग, जस्ट अ ह्यूमन बीइंग.
चलो, ग्रेट. You've reached there actually. No identity. All identities already dropped. Okay. Anyone else who wants to share?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Neha? So I'll just kind of ask you because I can see the hands raised. So I'll just go in that order.
Actually, it's a mix. अभी identity बिल्कुल drop भी नहीं हुआ है. So I have written, I am a seeker, I am a soul, I am Neha, and I am an IT professional also. I am Shiva, I am divine, I am one with the universe, I am nothing and I am everything. So that is what I have written.
Nice. Okay, Leena?
I am an obedient daughter, loyal family member, ambitious woman, go-getter, loving wife, fierce mother, and a generous friend.
Nice to know you, Leena. Okay, anyone else? Aarti, you were to share earlier, you couldn't. You want to go ahead?
Hello.
Yeah, hi Aarti.
Hi.
Yes.
सबसे पहले तो मैं अपना नाम ही बताती हूँ. Like I am Aarti Sharma. I am a kind human being. I am enthusiastic and I am always ready to learn new experiences. I am a growth mindset person.
Nice to know you.
Thank you.
Do we have any more sharing? Aparna ji?
हाय सुप्रिया, मैंने काफी चीजें लिखी हैं. आई एम डॉक्टर अपर्णा, डेंटल सर्जन. आई एम अ सीनियर ऑडिटर, लाइफ कोच, बुक ऑथर, beautiful woman, and I am a great contributor. I am a nice poet. I am a traveler, believer, and wonderful soul. And I want the world call me as a great achiever. So that's all I have written.
Nice. And belated happy birthday to you, Aparna ji.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
In
Supriya. And
person.
thank you, team. Thank you.
All right, nice to know. So, okay, now let's go to the reflections of this activity. Okay. Now, whatever labels you have, whatever words you use, okay, to define you, say this is me. Now, see, this was the word that you used. Say I am kind, I am spiritual. Now go down to the feeling. Like, when you're saying I'm kind, what do you feel underneath? Like if I'm saying, just to kind of give you an example, if I'm saying I'm spiritual, okay, it's a label these days. So suppose I'm using that label, I'm spiritual. So below that label, what is it that I'm feeling? Maybe I may be feeling that now I'm okay. Like Lakshmi said, that I'm okay even if I die the next moment. Because death doesn't stop me. And the second way of looking at it is that I am spiritual. I have read so many books. I have so much knowledge. I have meditated for so many years. I'm superior. There is another way of looking at spiritual, that is a spiritual ego, a spiritual identity. So what is that feeling that you have below the words that you used? Just write it against. So this you don't need to share. You can just write it next to your I, because this I will be with you now. This I which you are creating. This is you, your identity. This is also like going to help you with the neurological alignment, because the identity section was not touched upon by YSR. So this will give you time to understand yourself better. When you say I am this, what do you feel when you say that? The underlying undercurrent of that statement. Just take some time and write down. Reflect on this. If you say that you're calm, if you say that you're kind, generous, those labels, what is the feeling below that?
Supriya, there is one thing I would like to add here. Is
Yeah.
when you said this, what is the feeling beneath that? I was reminded of my homeopathy doctor friend who keeps telling me and reminding me, how do you feel right now under this feeling when you've written or associated yourself with a particular word? How do you feel? And it's a very pleasant thing, like going deeper into what you're actually identifying yourself with. And it makes you kind of connect with your emotions in a deeper sense or aspect. It's a beautiful exercise you're carrying out. I'm loving this. Thank you.
Thank you all for participating and for your inputs. Really glad. I wouldn't have minded to be on the other side and again doing this activity for myself, because it is these reflections kind of are the ones which keep you going, which do not kind of let you stay with any identity, any concept. So with the concepts, first there is a conception which happens for anything. Then there is a perception which we create about things because of that particular concept, how you relate to it. And then the last thing is deception, where you really get lost. Whatever the perception is, you just kind of then don't think beyond that perspective. There are different points of view, like, right, there was this story about this elephant, and there were 5 blind people sitting on different areas of that elephant. Some thought that this elephant is just its tail, some thought it is just its leg, Some thought it is just it's shrunk. So it's about the point of view and the perspective from where you are looking at the thing. Right, Lena, you're saying something?
I have a question. When I'm trying to write the feelings, I'm actually getting action words. Is that okay?
Yeah. Whatever you're feeling. So when I'm saying that I'm a chartered accountant, okay? So what do I feel below that? Do I feel happy? Do I feel that yes, I have to go out and act like that? What is that emotion that is trying to come up? What is the expression that is trying to kind of unfold itself? Right? What is it? It can be an see we as we know that these are five senses and we kind of either we could feel, we could smell, we could taste, touch, whatever it is, whatever is coming out at this point in time when you look at that word, how you identify with it, what is the feeling, just write down about it. It's okay if it is an action, if it is not a feeling.
Okay.
There will be a feeling underlying it, which you will maybe like once you keep looking at it again and again, you will get that.
Okay.
So can we move forward? Okay. So now we will see like out of all these identities, there is one identity which is your core identity, the nucleus, which whenever you go, you have to identify yourself, you have to communicate that this is this. So I think for me, CA had become that kind of an identity because with 15 plus years of experience with corporate, this and that, and people, that respect that you get, so much identified with that thing that whenever I introduce myself, by default, I had to say that I'm a chartered accountant. That actually changed the way people look at me. So what is that core identity that you are carrying, which you will definitely kind of make a mention to kind of impress, or when you are kind of meeting someone new, you'd want that person to know that one core identity. Okay. Just circle it, or maybe if you have already written it. So just to kind of let you more why this core identity is important, because say a police officer. So there was a group of police officers who were so identified with being a police officer that even at home they were the police officers. Wherever they went, they were police officers. What happened to them after they retired? They felt lost, puzzled, confused. Their identity, which they were carrying as the core identity, dropped. So these reflections, why these are important, is because we may be holding on to some identity so close to our heart. Suppose if it just goes away some other day, then to gather yourself and then come back to terms and come back on this path, it is not so easy. People get lost. People feel victimized. People go through a lot of emotional uh, turmoil. Likewise, housewives. I'm a housewife. So identified with that. But you are so much more. The moment you remove that tag, I think you will be like, doing so many wonders out there. It's just that identity that is holding you back. Whether that identity is working towards your happiness or no is something you will have to write against it. So if I'm saying, if I'm a chartered accountant, is it helping me? Is it making me happy? Is it even kind of having that prospect of making me happy? Whether it is a short-term happiness or a long-term happiness? Whether your core identity is giving you the permission to be happy? What do I mean by permission to be happy? So you always have to give yourself the permission to be happy. Say suppose if you go out with your friends, you are yourself, you are like, joking around, laughing and, spending a gala time. Okay. Now you are coming back home. You're just about to ring the bell. Are you in that same zone? Or are you, little calm, little down to earth, little trying to say that, I'm tired now and trying to kind of show that little victimization so that, people don't just start giving you work. So if suppose my husband comes very happy, I'll be like, चलो अभी नीचे जाओ सब्जी लेके आओ. So there is a cost to happiness. So we always have give ourselves that permission to be happy. So say for example, another example of cost to happiness is suppose there are two kids in the park. One is crying and one is happy. whom will you approach? The crying child or the happy child? Whom will you approach?
Happy child.
So the
Happy
one
child.
is crying, okay? A child is crying and one is happy. So whom will you approach first?
The tendency is to approach the crying child because you feel that person needs help, and that's the reason why he's seeking attention.
Yes. So that is again, see, the happy child is being penalized or being happy. Not no attention. So the thing is that this is where we usually, kind of stop ourselves. We don't give ourselves the permission to be happy sometimes because we want that love, that nurture, that care, that consideration. Because if we go being happy around, people will, take you for granted at times. Okay, well, let's do an exercise. Okay, now just open your palms up, like, look the hands up, look up. Now try to be sad. Okay, try to be sad. And now again, like, come close. Just hold your hands close by and look down. And now try to be sad. So which physiology, which, body movement is making you more acceptance to sadness?
Down one, the second one.
The closed one, right? Because the more you open yourself, you go trusting, you go caring, you go loving, more people can come close to you. They can hurt you. You are more vulnerable. So if you are okay with that, if you are kind of, then when you have dropped the eye, you can go around like this. But if you have that limited mindset, then you will go in your shell. You have the tendency of, going inside, sometimes feeling victimized, sad because someone took advantage. So all these are like our emotions which keep playing at the back of our mind. Whether we go like this or this, it is about how you are able to leverage your emotions. Emotions are not bad, good, you know. We'll speak about emotions in detail in the coming slides. But here, if I ask you, do you see me as human being, another human being who can make mistakes, or do you see me as Supriya? Or yes, because see, the thing is that now that awareness is there. But if I would have I'm just passing by you on the street, okay, and then I'm wearing like really lame clothes and I'm just not dressed well, then will you be considering me as a human being? Or will you be like, judging me? So this is just a way of looking at things, right? I mean, it's just broadening our perspective. So, okay, we will go. Okay, here, what one activity which you should kind of daily practice that we should inculcate is dropping all our identities. So every day, morning, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, evening, before you go to bed, like Neha said, it's like, keeping aside all your roles or your identities before you go to bed. So we should do that. One way of doing it is just tearing the label. So when you sit and you kind of be in that, you kind of go and look at the gap between two thoughts. You do that. And in that activity, if some thought arises, just tear the label. Just tear the label mentally. Okay. Let it happen. Just tear it without any judgment. It's come up. It's arising. Like this action is arising. Like this presentation is happening. That thought is arising. But you're not giving it importance. Just tear that label. Try doing it and try to do it twice a day so that it becomes a habit. And then you don't even need to tear the label. You can just go, or you can just be in that space without any identity and without any roles. Also, this womb meditation, you can, like, if you are not able to do the identity bit, this womb meditation which we did, just whenever you're going to bed, okay, just close your eyes and think that you're in your mother's womb. Do it for 10 minutes. You will like sleep without any, like, you've dropped all the attachments, you've dropped all the identities, all the burdens, all the packages, because you never had all those, right, in the mother's womb. So you do that before sleeping, and you'll feel the difference. The way you're sleeping, which is more energetic, you'll be kind of getting up with more enthusiasm to look forward to the next day. And don't kind of, after getting up, don't immediately take on to all the roles, okay? We get up, we start looking at our phones and all. So instead, just again, after you get up, again go in this womb stage. And from there, start the day. It is not that difficult, right? I mean, just 2 minutes, close your eyes in mother's womb and a deep breath. How long did it take? Right? It is easy to do. And I think we should all do this. And practicing seeing others as human beings. So whenever you're going to a market, no, next time, just go and see, look at people as other human beings. The fish wala, the sabzi wala, the person who comes to your place as help, your office peon, your security guard, your anyone, like, even your boss, sometimes he's being really annoying and all. Look at him as that human being who's, bichara going through his own bit. Everyone is going through their own bit, but we self-victimize ourselves. So, Aarti, you wanted to say something? Aarti, your hand is raised. Do you want to say something?
हाँ मुझे ना एक क्वेश्चन थी लाइक मैं कोई टेक्निकल इशू के कारण वो जो आईडी था उसके कारण मैं लेट ज्वाइन की हूँ, नहीं हो पा रहा था, लिंक से फिर हुआ तो मैं स्टार्टिंग का पोर्शन छूट गया है मेरा। तो स्टार्टिंग में जब मैं आई थी तो 5-10 मिनट पूरा ब्लैंक किया और कुछ क्वेश्चन चल रहा था, आप लोग का डिस्कशन चल रहा था। तो आप क्या मुझे ब्रीफ कर पाओगे 1 मिनट में आपने स्टार्टिंग में क्या करवाया था? लाइक 10-15
आपको
मिनट
रिकॉर्डिंग
में
मिलेगी
स्टार्टिंग
ना?
का अगर आप
आपको रिकॉर्डिंग मिलेगी ना? बिकॉज अदरवाइज क्या हो जाएगा, अभी लोगों को जाना होगा ना, तो एवरीवन we'll just quickly go and I don't want to miss out because this is very important section. So let's not okay, let's now go to the second section, the second middle part of the paper. Okay, now what we are going to do over here is let me stop sharing and I'll use the whiteboard. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yeah. So now in this section, the first half, okay, this middle spine section is also in 2 halves. So you fold it and you make it into 2 parts. The first section, say you have 24 hours in a day, okay?
It's coming up, Supriya, just reload it.
Okay.
Supriya, reload your whiteboard.
Oh, I have to reload it? Okay.
It is visible.
There was an error. Now it's coming up.
No, it's
visible
visible
now?
again. Yeah. To me, yes.
Okay. What about others? Yeah. Okay, now
Is it
this
blank?
Sorry?
Is it blank? I see completely
Yeah, it is
blank.
blank right now. Yeah, I'm writing now. Can you see?
Okay.
So how many hours do we have in a day? All of us have
24.
same time, or maybe some of you have more time. What is it? 24 hours? Can we agree to this? Okay, now in this day, whatever roles you are playing, say for me, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife. Just write down all the roles that you're playing through the day. I am a CA. Okay, I'm a coach. I'm a employer. I am a colleague. I am a friend. Maybe I spend time calling my friends. What is it? Like, what all roles are you playing? I'm a sister. I am. So just write down all the roles that you're playing. And against each role, okay, just think how much time do you actually spend actively and passively, okay? So sometimes it could so happen that in that time you're doing 2 things at a time, maybe acting as a mother and a daughter. You're doing 2 roles. So maybe 24 hours हैं, but daughter के लिए भी आप उसी time में जा रहे हो और mother के लिए भी आप वही 6 घंटे में कर रहे हो. So just write down the number of hours against this. So maybe I'm mother for say 7 hours, but I'm also myself. So I have this time for myself, which is like my meditation time and all, which I don't, so maybe this sister, I'm not doing so much, maybe 0.5 hours of all. Friends, maybe right now 0, or maybe like new friends, so 1. Then colleague, right now 0. Employer, I'm spending 2 hours. Then maybe coach, I'm spending maximum time right now. PA, right now I'm doing this 2 hours. Wife, say morning, evening, I'm doing 4 hours. Daughter, I'm acting in that capacity with my mother, say 2 hours. So just add up these number of hours. How much time, and also there is a time for sleep, okay, guys? Sleep is your self time, so you have to kind of have 7, 8 hours, whatever time. So just look at this, and now in the second section, so there were 2 sections, right? The bottom section, just make this big circle. Make this big circle. This is you, okay? This is your day. Now, in this day, this role I am playing as a mother. If you see, maybe my role as a mother is 7 hours is the maximum. Then I am another 7 hours I'm sleeping. So maybe this will not overlap, because when I'm mother and I'm sleeping, it will not overlap. But there are other areas like when I'm a daughter. So there is this overlap which is happening, because I'm a mother and daughter. Maybe I'm just calling my mother and talking to her in parallel. I'm speaking to my daughter and I'm spending time with her, not being present fully either here or there. So likewise, you just plot this. This exercise you do in your, this will take some time. So likewise, all the roles, okay? Just see how much time are you kind of spending doing each of the activity. And this is the day looks, this is how the day looks like. The problem is not how many roles you play. The problem is these areas which are intersecting, which we call multitasking, distractions, not being fully present in one moment, you know. So how many times in the day are you like fully present? Say maybe like as an employer or maybe as a coach, I'm fully present. But as a mother or as a daughter, I'm not fully present. And then I feel that guilt, that I start having those feelings because I was not fully present in that moment. So do this exercise properly. Okay, that's a second. I will share my screen. You understood this? Okay, this will be more like, this will give you more clarity on how your day really goes. Because, this will show you how many overlaps are there through the day. Okay, now you see in this, how much is your me time without any role? How much time are you spending as me, that you, that I? Just write down that number of hours in that section. What are these overlaps? These are our distractions, our mental, overlaps where you're trying to do multiple things at the same time, not being fully present to either. Like right now, Arun is doing. He's at work. but he's here. So the thing is that I think physically he's there, but if he's fully here, then he's still, here. Doesn't matter where you are physically present. Now, what does it mean? Do you shy away from your responsibilities? No. We are here. We have to show up to all our roles, responsibilities fully. No running away. The endeavor here is to kind of try to be at one place at a time. This is the focus mastery that we learn. When you are here, if right now I'm here and I'm thinking about what my daughter is doing in the school, so I'm not doing justice to you. I'm not doing justice to her, and I'm doing the biggest injustice to myself, because I can't be whole and complete in this moment right here if I'm thinking of something else, right? Now let's go to the last section. Okay. Daily practice again, the womb meditation. Drop all your roles. and identities before going to bed. I think womb meditation before and after, before, just before sleeping and after waking up. I think this will be like a big shift in your life. You'll see doing this more often. You will go through life seamlessly, because when you're going through life, you're going through life as life, not as Supriya, not as a mother, not as a daughter. You are that small heart which came in the mother's womb. That identity is okay. That is the self. That they didn't have any identity at that time. It didn't have any roles, no responsibilities. And whatever was coming its way, it was eating what was available. It was, it was staying there. That life which was there in the mother's womb, it was just available, right? Anurag?
Supriya, just quick time check. The people are pinging me. They have to leave. It's already 12:30, so you may want to start wrapping up, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks.
So here there is one more thing is the okay, fine. So last section, quickly, this is the last section, okay? So quickly just write down a few words that describe your inside, like, what you feel your inward. Like, say for example, me, I'm a bird watcher. Like when I'm not showcasing anything to the world, what am I? I'm a silent person. I like to be in that silence. What is it? What are those things for you? Can you write those few words? And then try to see what are the contradictions in your inner and outer world. If I'm saying I like silence, and right now I'm here giving this presentation, this is a contradiction. But is this contradiction still giving me the permission to be happy? Because I'm not doing something which I don't want to do, right? That silence and this coaching is something both are close to my heart. So I have this permission to be happy. So let's kind of start seeing what are the contradictions which are actually not giving you the permission to be happy. Just identify those areas, okay? Now, emotions, I'll quickly kind of say this because this is very important, and even in the interest of time, I mean, whoever is still continuing to be here, I would like to kind of quickly say this. How do we look at emotions? We look at emotions as good or bad, but why to create that label? What we need to do over here is to go beyond those emotions, because emotions are like the driving force. They actually kind of impact our thinking, our actions. So see how this particular emotion, like which we couldn't kind of get in this particular thought, because our emotion, we were looking up, we were kind of feeling happy, and suddenly we couldn't switch that emotion. So the thing is that everything is so correlated. We know that mind and body is one system. And how to use the emotions is to leverage those emotions. One thing which I would like to before we leave, which is like really important is, 1 second. I'm just stopping screen sharing and I'm just taking you to the whiteboard. Is okay. I'm just going to kind of draw this. So this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. On the x-axis, we have pleasantness. Okay. On the y-axis, we have the intensity of emotion. Okay. The intensity of the emotion could be high, or the intensity could be low. The pleasantness of the emotion could be low, or it could be high. Okay. Now, okay, can we write down certain emotions which are high on intensity but low, very low on pleasantness? Can you kind of name a few? I can think of anger. It is high on intensity, okay, like where you really feel that the feeling is really strong. Can we name a few? Anger, say hatred, jealousy, yes, anxiety, fear, grief, right? Okay. Now let us look at emotions which are low on intensity, low on pleasantness, and low on intensity. What are these emotions? Which are low on pleasantness also, like say boredom, say dissatisfaction. I don't kind of go around feeling very bad. It is just I'm just dissatisfied. Okay. What is it? Then there is this disapproval. So small, like emotions which do not have so much intensity. Then there is emotions which are high on pleasantness but low on intensity. Say calm, joy, no. And there are emotions which are high on intensity and high on pleasantness, like love, gratitude, success, maybe success, and so on and so forth. Okay, here also maybe we can have appreciation, small appreciation, which is given by it. So this is like you're feeling pleasant, but the intensity is not that high. Okay, so now what is the area where you would want to work on someone? Is it the top area where it is high intensity emotion, or where it is low intensity emotion? Okay, again, like whether this anger. So when we saw that, sometimes when you close yourself, you actually introspect. What are those moments in your life where you have actually really sought change? Was it when you were very happy, or was it when you were sad and you were self-reflecting? Is that emotion bad? Where is that emotion cropping up from? And here, is anger only the issue, or can love also be an issue? Do we need to work on our love? Do we not need to love on our work on our love? Because are we expressing our love that often? Are we feeling grateful that often? Are we appreciating someone when we are feeling inside that I want to say some good words to this person? Are we holding ourselves back, or are we kind of going ahead? How much you're holding yourself back? So these are the things that we should see when we are actually working on someone also, because it is not about what emotion you are working on. It is the intensity of the emotion. So where, the intensity of the emotion is so high that you're losing yourself. That is what we called as the unresourceful state. Just by being angry, you're not going in that state. The intensity. So maybe my threshold of kind of working with a particular emotion is high. I can deal till a particular stage, but beyond that, I'm not able to deal with that anger, because that intensity is so high that the threshold is kind of overshot. So when we are working with someone, I think the intensity of emotions when the person is actually losing themselves and not being in that resourceful state. We keep saying resourceful, unresourceful. But what is that resourceful and unresourceful state is the intensity of the emotion. It all depends on whether you're losing yourself or whether you can still leverage that emotion. Again, emotion is an energy, and energy can be transformed. So how you can leverage the emotion is when you're angry. Use that anger to say affirmations, because affirmations, the law of attraction says thought plus feeling is equal to attraction. But that feeling you're having right now, anger. So say, you are beautiful. That anger, channelize it. So the thing is that you are using that energy, you're not losing that energy. So it's about that. I think, once again, am I sharing my screen? So I just kind of quickly wrap it up. It's done, more or less. So here we reflected. So now just daily practices. Now make this I a bigger on a chart paper. Put it and just see yourself writing, daily whenever you identify, just write those things and keep revisiting the contradictions between your inner world and your outer world. See how many identities are actually yours and how many identities have been imposed by the society on you. Step into the director's shoes. The director's shoes is very powerful. When I'm acting, when I'm doing something, I'm involved in it. I'm so much into it that I don't realize. But when I move in that director's role, and when you're looking at that I as an other person's eye, and you want to guide that person, guide yourself. You can guide yourself more by just revisiting this I every now and then, by seeing what are the contradictions, what disempowered me from giving myself permission to be happy. And again, like, see, conflicts are not between two people. Conflicts are between two identities. What are my values and your values? A child, when the child was born, didn't have an identity. Till the time that child became a teenager, and the teenager then, had started building up the identities, that is where the conflict started happening. And do this exercise with your family, so you know your family better. We always want the other person to know us, while we ourselves don't know ourselves completely, right? So try to do this exercise. You'll know a lot of things about your family which you didn't know about your mother. She must be a sports champion. She never shared because you never got that chance to ask. See what she has to say. See what your parents have to say, your family has to say, and open up. Just allow yourself to be seen. Right now, just allowing yourself to be seen is something which is like very important, because this identity is hiding behind that identity. We usually hide behind the identities to showcase what you are, just so that you're impressing someone. You're not expressing yourself. So give yourself permission to be seen. If I'm emotional, it's okay. Just allow the world to see that you're an emotional person. Don't hide behind those labels. And it's okay to mistake, because it is a mistake and there is another chance. There will be a retake. So take it as a learning opportunity and observe your emotions on a day-to-day basis. You can draw a graph where you see how during the day your emotions went up and down, and just keep observing it and you will get more insight. So thank you everyone for being patient. I hope this was a good session, and you got something out of it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and sorry for overshooting the time, because I think we had some sharings and I didn't want to cut anyone, and I wanted everyone to be like able to do their bit of sharing.
I think you did a amazing job, Supriya. And yeah, and you had so much to offer. So it was a lot of amazing content, transformational in nature, and everybody, I could feel it. So thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Anurag.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and staying here. I hope we all practice, because these reflections will take us places.
Leena
Or
is
maybe
saying, "Ye dil mange more."
Thank you so much, everyone.
Let me stop the recording.